What is up, my Gaggle of Geeks, and welcome to round 3 of Sundance Day 2, where we're going to be talking about How It Ends. This is a film directed by Zoe Lister-Jones and Daryl Wine. On the last day of Earth, one woman goes on a journey through LA to make it to her last party before the world ends, running into an eclectic group of characters along the way. She's looking for some cathartic experiences with some of her family, like talking with her mom about some of the things that she's never told her or her dad, or that ex-boyfriend that was a dick or something that you never got to actually tell them, hey, you're a piece of shit. She's now taking it upon herself to be able to do that with the help of a figment of her imagination. In a sense, her younger self is with her, kind of helping her along the way. So you get a lot of meta-ness with this. A lot of comedians are in this. Fred Armisen, Bobby Lee, basically the entire cast of It's Always Sunny is in this. Charlie Day. How am I forgetting? Glenn Howerton, he's involved. Whitney Cummings. There are so many comedians in this, and this was all taking place actually during the pandemic. So between Malcolm and Marie, which review to come next week, and this one being filmed during quarantine, I have to say, like, How It Ends did an incredible job with making it work with what they had. Like, obviously, if you're living in LA and you were during the big quarantine, there really wasn't a lot you can do. All we heard from people that were living there was how everything is locked down. Still is a little bit locked down. But with this, it didn't really feel that way. Of course, knowing that it was filmed during the pandemic, some of the shots where you're just seeing them talking to like a person, but they're across the fence. There's a reason for that. They're not like right up close to each other because obviously with COVID and restrictions with that. But it's still a very, very funny movie. Well written. I think that the main character, played by Zoe Lister-Jones, she was awesome. Her and her counterpart, who I got to make sure I pull up the right person who did that. Is she not credited on IMDb? That's not cool, man. I think it is. I think she is. Kaylee Spanny was incredible as her counterpart. Both of them working together, basically walking the streets of LA that's just desolate and running into every person that they could think of. The message of the story isn't necessarily about finding catharsis with the people that have been in your life, knowing that your life is about to end as well as everybody else's, but it's about being comfortable with yourself in a lot of ways and accepting yourself and loving yourself. There's a very real, raw catharsis with watching this, and what anybody would probably have with what happened with us this past year. There's a lot of things that you start to think about when you're in quarantine, and I think they took that out of everyone's brains and put that into film with this movie. I had a great time watching it. There are some moments where you could tell that the improvising kind of went a little too long. Some of the scenes where she's running into different characters maybe seemed to go too long when they should. When maybe the director could have focused a little bit more on the main story arcs, but they do have a lot of characters that they want to showcase. This was one of the first movies that started filming when some of the restrictions were lifting. So I think they did a great job of what they could. I'm actually really impressed with this movie. Definitely go and check this out. I don't know when it's going to be coming out, but I could definitely see Netflix, Hulu, anybody picking this up, as well they should. This is really one of the better films that I've seen coming out of Sundance, and it's probably in my top 3, let's be honest. But there's a lot more to go. Oh, a lot more. We still got Knocking coming out later tonight, and that's going to be pretty late tonight. But there's also Gaggle of Geeks at 6:45 on the Gaggle of Geeks page, so make sure that you check that out. I will not be involved with it, but I know 2 people who will be, and they're going to do a pretty good job. I'm pretty sure they will. All right, well, that is my thoughts on How It Ends. So this is how I'm going to end it, and I'll see you at the next review.